bruh, power, please.
Craig, I'm gonna respect you just because you came in clutch that one day. It's saving you a few roast every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi
power's not
everyone.
coming for some reason.
Power is useless. Power is useless. Power is dead to me. Um,
Wait, oh, what the fuck?
exactly.
No, it's still in the fuck. It's online and shit. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
It's okay. Hi everyone. I think Dav, you pressed next to space or some shit. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
hi everyone. It's Sunday, the first weekend of October. It's the podcast a little late because we busy people. Okay. How finally recorded. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a little late. We'll try to go back to schedule next week. Hopefully, if all goes well. But yeah, joining me today is the Canadian.
Yo, guys.
That
Hey, I'm the king of uncool normally, but today I feel like the fucking king of hangovers. So if my voice sounds a little whack, that's the reason why.
it always sounds like the British
You
slash
know all about
African.
whack.
Yo, what's up, guys? I just had my rice try and kill me, so I'm struggling a little bit. But I'm
And
living.
and we have our new co-host for
Hi.
now. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, she just walked in and said I'm recording, and we're like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's me again.
Totally.
So it's been 3 weeks. How has everybody been, King? Besides hungover, how have you been?
Actually, like really fucking busy with work. Hence the reason I've been drinking like a fucking idiot. And also, like a friend is here visiting, so he's the one who brings a lot of the alcohol, and that's what also keeps me drinking like an idiot. So I'm basically drinking a lot and just otherwise being a moron. So I don't know. It's a little bit out of my way, but I get used to it.
And you're drinking Bud Light, is that correct?
I don't drink Bud Light. That was an unopened can that just happened to be on the fucking table.
Yeah, it just happened to be. There's 2 cans there.
Yeah, because they were brought by the other guy.
So why is he still a friend? You gotta kick him out the group.
Well, he actually brings like Howler Head whiskey and like other actually decent mixes and alcohols, so I'm gonna let that stuff slide.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Dev, how have you been?
Stressed, pissed because my neighbor is fucking idiot. He got the building infested with rats. So that's been a wild ride to deal with. I walked into my kitchen the other day and heard a noise behind my fridge. I'm wonder what the fuck that is. Pull my fridge out and I got fucking Remy from Ratatouille staring at me. I'm looking at man and he looks at me. He sees me, see him. This motherfucker looks at me and I'm like, right. Try to catch him in like a bucket. So I don't want to kill the rat. So I'm like, let me put you in a bucket and I'll take you out. Fought a bit of a war. Unfortunately, he won and escaped. I was a little bit too scared to remove the board underneath to look under the countertop because rats are thugs, fam. They run the underworld. I'm not looking to be dragged under the counter and eaten. So I've just basically, we let the building know, management know, and they fumigated. I haven't seen one since or heard them, so I think it's done, but I'm still pretty pissed about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That was a day. You said you had to be out of your building for 2 days, right?
Yeah, they fumigated on a Saturday afternoon because I came home and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're not allowed in." I was like, "Fuck." Got my stuff and then left, and then I came back Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. I think it was Tuesday.
Jesus.
And then I was in and out because the smell wasn't the greatest from whatever chemicals they used. And I've only just come back today, like properly.
Nice. That's good. Well, that it got sorted. I mean, not that it happened. Marissa, what about yourself? How have you been?
All right. Had a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Or not this weekend. Oh, yes, and this week.
Nice. And
Yourself?
that's it. Myself. All right. So it's gonna be a story time. So as we know, I have heart problems because I had a heart attack January 27, 2020. Um, so I took a stress test. Basically, my cardiologist wanted to see if my heart was working properly, if I was able to reach certain beats per or my heartbeat, certain heart rate. I took that exam on a Wednesday. Was it a Wednesday? It was a Wednesday. And then that following day on a Thursday, I'm still feeling a little bit of pain. It's not pain, but it's like a palpitation where it's like it's beating fast and I'm hearing it and it feels like it's gonna come out of my chest. It was I was later told it's a normal thing, but I was stressing the fuck out. I was like, holy shit, I'm having a heart attack. I go to work, I get to work, I take off my because I double mask at work because I'm trying to be safe. Um, I take them off. I'm like, I can't breathe with these masks on. I need to just lay down. And I tell my work like I'm having chest pain, and I gave them finally my medical history that I had a heart attack. They were lovely about it, right? They're like, "Do you need us to call an ambulance? Do you want us to take you? What do you want us to do?" I was like, "Is it?" They actually suggested I go home, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." They're like, "You sure you don't want us to call an ambulance?" I was like, "No, no, it's fine. I have enough breath to be able to drive home." But for me, the hospital I went to and my cardiologist is before I reach home on my way to work. So when I drive back from work, I pass where I go for my cardiologist before I go home. So I stopped at the hospital. They did a lot of tests, an EKG, chest X-ray, blood work, all this other medical hoopla. And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna keep you overnight just because we want to make sure that you're good." Luckily, my chest pain went away that same Thursday when I got to the hospital. Like I was telling my cardiologist, I'm not sure if it was because I was at the hospital and I was like, all right, if something happens, at least I'm in the hospital and they'll be able to help me right away, or if because it finally just went away. Luckily, well, not luckily, I they ran a fuck ton of tests on me. My veins, I've shown pictures to some of the mods. My veins I look like a druggie with all of my fucking veins being purple and shit.
He
It was
does.
horrible. It was horrible. It was painful too. They would be doing sugar level, testing my sugar levels, my pressure, my blood pressure. They did a ultrasound on my heart. They did all this shit. I'm grateful for them because I want to live. I've made no secret that I have a fear of dying and I have a fear of dying young. So I told them, like, they asked me, "Do you want us if something happens, do you want us to do something?" I was like, "You fucking move heaven and earth and you make sure I stay alive somehow, some way." So they did all these tests. They kept running these tests. Then on a Friday evening, Friday around 4 p.m., the doctor comes in, tells me, "Well, you no longer have to take this medication." I was taking a certain medication for a blood clot in my heart, and he told me, "You no longer have to take it because the blood clot is no longer there." So that was great news. And then they check my cholesterol levels. They're they're like 70 and the average is like 100. They said you're in the range of normal. My blood sugar levels were in the range of normal. It was like 90 something. My blood pressure, I think it's blood pressure. I'm not sure if I'm misspelling, am I saying it? It's 120 over 80, which no, 110 over 85. I'm sorry, 110 over 85, which they said is in the normal range. So all my tests came back normal. So this little scare, which is what it was more mental than anything. And the attending doctor who was there in the hospital said, "Yeah, this is more of a mental thing. Your mind could either be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy because it'll fuck with you any way it can if you're doubting yourself." And I thought back and I was like, yeah, when I got to work, I started getting scared and that's when my heart started beating faster and that's when I started stressing myself out even more. If I had remained calm, I wouldn't have had that stress. So, I've my wife kind of killed me. I love her. She killed me a little bit. She was like, this wouldn't happen if you were eating healthy, which we know you're not. Like we talked amongst ourselves, and she's like, "Yeah, we know you're not eating healthy." So that Friday, we went grocery shopping and we spent over $300 on groceries. Now I know it's a lot, but we didn't really have groceries to begin with, and this time we were buying the organic stuff and making sure that I was eating a lot healthier than I was. Luckily, and I know it's long-winded discussion, but luckily I've lost a few pounds since that Thursday, so that's great news. I went back to my cardiologist. Everything seems perfectly normal. I'm safe to travel because I do want to travel and visit my mom for the holidays. And through work, I'm getting insurance, and it's not just no like basic insurance like I was telling the mods. It's like really good insurance that covers medicine that costs about $800 a pop. Because I was trying to buy the medicine, but they're like, "Yeah, it's $800." I was like, "I don't got $800." But with this insurance that I have now, I'm able to get that medicine. I just gotta have my cardiologist give me the prescription for it, and I'm able to get. Let me see if I can get the correct name. My heart function at the moment is 40%. My cardiologist says the average. I may be misremembering. I remember her saying that the average heart function is 60%. There's a treatment called the enhanced external counterpulsation that will help increase my heart function from 40% to potentially as high as 50%, if not higher. And that's covered by my insurance. So I went in with a little scare and I came out with like a bunch of great news, and I just gotta keep making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and slowly start working out again and not over pushing myself when I do start the exercising and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my long-winded that I've been okay. And yeah, before that, yeah, it was just that. So yeah, everything's been good. Work's been great. They've been lovely. They're like, yeah, if you need time off for your doctor, just fucking tell us and we'll give it to you. We don't really care. We'd rather you stay here long term than not. Especially since the previous people that worked where I was working were anti-vaxxers, and my work hated them. And I'm all about that vaccine, you know. So yeah, everything's been good, and that's about it.
So you're healthy now.
I'm healthier now. Yes,
That's
I
all that matters then.
yeah, it's all that matters. It's fucking great news. You guys don't understand how relieved I was when the doctor told me in the hospital, you no longer have a blood clot. You don't need this medication. I almost cried. And then, if I didn't cry then, when I went back to my cardiologist this week, I went. When did I go? I went on Thursday. I went on the 30th. So yeah, Thursday. The nurse there, she was like, I was praying for you. I was like, oh my God, how could this happen to him? He's so young. He's always here. He's taking care of himself. Me and my wife's not a big crier, but she almost shed a tear too. And I was like, fuck, man, like these people try to make me cry and shit. So it was very sweet. I'm healthier now. I'm planning to continue to try to lose weight, and yeah, that's it. Now,
Good shit. Good shit. So I mean, that what heart attack was January 2020.
yes,
It's now what October 2021. So just under 2 years.
yep,
But it doesn't matter how long it takes or how quick it is, as long as it gets there.
yep.
It's good shit.
Yes, sir.
And
Now,
it's nice that your job is actually supportive of it as well.
oh, dude, I'm so happy because when I worked in fast food, they wouldn't give a single fuck. They wouldn't even have paid me for those days. My current job, paid me for those days. Like, you take that shit. They texted me on Thursday night, like, how are you? Are you good? They're like, we don't want you to come in tomorrow, but are you good? Do you need anything else? And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm probably gonna be fucking leaving Friday evening. So they were like, don't worry about it. You're fine. Just when you get here, you'll sign like for illness pay and you'll be fine. I was like, holy shit. I was like, thank God I waited for this job because fuck. But yeah.
No, it's nice because in America, from what I hear, it's very difficult to find a company or business or any kind of work environment where they actually care and are willing to understand the situation. So
Hmm.
it's a godsend that you have one.
Yeah, I make, like I was telling you, and I think other minds, I make less now in terms of my overall pay, but I get benefits, and the benefits are the healthcare, the holiday pay, the vacation pay, stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm making less, but I'm enjoying it more and have more freedom, if you will, to like take care of myself, if that makes sense.
And you don't have
But
to worry about them like causing shit over your health.
exactly. Yeah, it's been great. It's been a godsend. But enough of that sappy shit. No, I'm just kidding. Movie. There's really no way to transition from this conversation. But we're gonna talk Lucifer for a bit since 3 of the 4 hosts really loved it. So, King,
Season
you
6
wanna
was
start the
not as good
conversation?
as Season 5. Season 5 was very good overall, and I think Season 6 was definitely a letdown to a large extent, especially with certain elements of the ending. But I will still say that I love Lucifer overall as a show, and I would absolutely rewatch it at any time. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree. Actually, this was a show that I will happily rewatch. And it's one I happily recommend to people. I have already actually, and I think everything overall was an amazing story. The final season made me very happy that it was the final season, and it's not being dragged out and becoming worse and worse because it was a very weak season.
Yeah, it had its high and low points, mostly low for me. But I did like the last episode. Well, kind of. Didn't really leave me with that empty feeling I usually get.
Yeah, it's like I knew it was an end, but then I was kind of like, oh, well, show's finished. Let's go
On
with
to the
something
next
else.
one.
Yeah, I didn't really need to sit and kind of be like, huh, can't believe it's over. I just accepted it and moved on, which is a little bit unfortunate. I do wish I had that empty feeling from it, but oh well. At least it wasn't a bad ending. That's all I can really say.
So my question is, what? Well, each of you could answer respectively. What is the high of the season, and what is the low of the season?
That's a
Um,
good question.
A low
I
for
guess
me.
go for
Sorry,
it.
carry on.
You can go first. It's fine.
As I said, a low for me is the way they what's her name? Lopez. The way they treated Lopez in the final season was quite low for me because she went from this character who she's heavily religious and she has her faith and all this, but the final season put her in the situation where it's like she was some crazy bitch because she had this board of clues and she's trying to figure out celestial beings and all this because she's been cracking her head over it since she met them, blah blah blah. Like it made her seem like she was a lunatic trying to figure this out, and I feel like that was not really a good portrayal of her because I don't see her as that kind of person. And it just made her seem a lot crazier and kind of ruined the character for me. I don't know how you guys felt that about that, but
um, it's like she's known to go in depth and things, so I feel like she would. But I didn't like the way like she came out. It made me sad.
I
Like really.
I don't mind the way they did the revelation with her getting drunk at the party because I feel like that is pretty in character. And if you think about it, there was no way they would ever reveal it to her like normally. But like once they figure all this shit out, it's like yeah, he kind of got to do it that way. I do think that a lot of it makes sense. I mean, the psychological trauma of her ex being the serial killer probably had a lot to do with it, as we saw with that one episode where she's investigating Dan's friend who is currently um dating her. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from. For me, the low point of the series would probably be just in general the result of Lucifer and Chloe's relationship, that he pretty much does abandon her, and even though the reason is legitimate, like I just don't feel like it's the ending that everybody who's been watching this series for years really wanted. And but I would say the highlight for me was probably how Dan ascended to heaven by possessing the body of the man who killed him, and getting over his grief and finding peace with his family and joining the woman he loves.
Yeah, Dan was Dan's like entire little arc saved the season for
Yeah.
me. It was really fucking
I
good.
would, yeah, definitely one of the best parts of it.
My problem with like when he left was that he left the body like right next to his daughter, like where she was, and I'm like, why would you like you know?
Well, I don't think he had a choice in the matter. It
Yeah, I
kind
don't
of
think he
just
really had a
happened.
chance. Yeah, he didn't really. I get what you're saying, but yeah,
Yeah,
I liked the very ending scene where Lucifer's a shrink. I like that.
yeah. I will say that's a nice like twist. I do think that was a good decision on their part. That part, yeah.
But the rest of the
Wait.
season,
Oh, wait the fuck up. Wait, yeah, y'all confusing me and it's annoying. It's,
What's
so
up?
so he leaves Chloe and then he becomes a shrink?
No, so basically he realizes that he's not meant to be God. He is meant to be but not necessarily like the gatekeep, not the guardian, not the like ruler of hell, but more like the gatekeeper. So he decides that his calling is to be like a therapist to the damned and
to
doing
help
basically
them.
for them what Linda did for him, and he
Yeah,
models his office the same way too. And that's why he has to leave her to like, because it's going to take so much time to help all the souls like get over their grief and ascend to heaven and all of that stuff. And that's why he leaves her. So basically, she does end up like raising their baby alone and all that stuff. But it was just not a good idea, in my opinion, to have him do that.
yeah,
Alright.
that wasn't very. And the whole situation of,
It just feels very last minute too.
Yeah.
and there wasn't like much explanation given to it either, because it was kind of like they did the entire scenes, and they were just like, cool, that's it. There wasn't like any kind of explanation about anything like the daughter. It was all just there.
It was
You
done
just
in
kind of
like
had
the
to
music
explain.
video fashion, basically.
Yeah, you
That's
just had to kind of like
fucking
just
You have to infer the context,
Yeah.
like you know what's happening, but it's like you have to infer like the dialogue and stuff. We just see like a sequence of she, like he leaves somewhere down the line. She has a baby. Amenadiel's baby grows wings at his second birthday party or whatever. What's her face? And what's his? Oh, what the fuck was that guy's name? Carol. Yeah, they end up
Yeah.
staying
Yeah.
together and stuff. Maze and Eve are happy. So yeah.
it sounds like a clusterfuck of an ending.
I wouldn't say it was a
really
clusterfuck, but it
felt
was
like
definitely
that
a
way.
weak and not very well planned.
I feel like it was very jammed together. So I don't know. Maybe clusterfuck might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I get where Spider-Man's coming from.
It was
To be
worth
fair,
watching. I liked it,
yeah.
but I'm just
Yeah,
glad
it still
that
had
it
like
hasn't
its
carried on.
strong points. Like I do like the actress that they chose to be Lucifer and Chloe's daughter. For those who don't know, she's the same one who played Negasonic Teenage Warhead in X-Men. And I actually do think like that was a good choice. Like she legit looks like what the daughter of those two actresses, that Tom Ellis and Lauren German, if they had a daughter, like she actually looks like what their daughter would look like. So like well done on that part. And she definitely has like the traits of both of them. So like in terms of like performance and stuff, she was fine, but like the whole idea of like his daughters, it just seemed like very forced. Like you could have done a very different storyline to close everything off. I will also add like the trailer kind of made it look like Lucifer is like the universe is literally falling apart because Lucifer isn't taking his place as God. He's hesitant, and the actual show is not like that's not the reason why it's happening. And I think the reason why it's happening just seems kind of stupid. Because like spoiler again, basically because Lucifer's not taking God, the angels are the ones granting wishes, but apparently they're all like even though they're the same age as Lucifer and Amenadiel roughly, they're all so incompetent that they're fucking everything up on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's why someone needs to ascend to rule, because they won't listen to one of their own. They'll only listen to like the highest of powers, and it's like, what the absolute fuck? Like the
So who
idea of
ends
the
up
universe
becoming
falling
God?
apart without a god, like that's actually more interesting than what they ended up doing. And I thought they were gonna go that route.
So who ends up becoming God?
Amenadiel. I feel like he accepted too easily because in season 5 he was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. You do it."
It's also
And then
this also like adds up to like the stuff, like it feels very rushed, because like most of the season is still him like, I want to be on Earth, I want to make a change for my son, and like there's that whole episode of him like doing the police officer job and dealing with like the racism aspect and whatever, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, I get it, but like, and they try to kind of explain it by saying he's gonna work with the angels more than his father did. So while he is technically God and still is like the ultimate power, the angels will be under his command and only do what he says. But I don't think you can really balance that, and I feel like that was kind of going against the character that he had been building up all this time, because he clearly did not want to be God, like up until literally the episode where he becomes God.
should have stayed as a police officer. He would have
Yeah,
been
or
better.
something to that effect.
I feel like they removed the aspect of God by having man go on holiday and vacate. I don't think they really plan on how to deal with that afterwards.
Most likely
Because
not, because as far I also remember, they were not going to make a season 6 initially. Season 5 was going to be the last one, but then they decided to make a season of
yeah,
6. So
so
yeah,
I don't think they actually knew what they were doing with the role of God. I think they shouldn't have given a God, because it's clear they didn't know how to go about it. It probably might have been better if they'd done some kind of thing around where they have all the angels work together to solve, well, everything. So that,
Democracy.
yeah, the angels together is our God, not just one person.
I thought that's what I thought that's what they were doing. It's just Amenadiel was higher a little.
But instead of having someone actually on the top, because I don't know, the feeling that, I don't know, it's weird that you replace God, even from an atheist point of view. It was I don't know. Overall,
Yeah.
it was just weak. It, like you said, it's just, a lot of it just seemed like it wasn't properly planned.
so yeah, I think that's all we have to say about Lucifer, right? Unless anyone has anything else to add, I think we can probably move on to Fairy Tale.
Nah, I don't. I recommend watching it. Just
Yeah, I'd still watch it. I mean, there is like enough good parts to get through it. It never, I will say this, it never felt like boring or like unexciting. It was still Lucifer. It's still funny. It's still amusing. It still has its good, touching kind of moments. Yeah, just story wise, it does feel like arguably the weakest season.
What would you give it out of 10 this season? The season only. The season and then this, yeah.
6 probably.
Yeah, I think 6 is probably the like most accurate rating I could give it.
Yeah, 6, 7 for me.
And what would you give the series overall?
The series overall, like I still strongly recommend it. It's still one of my favorite like live action type series. So like in terms of pure story overall, probably not the strongest. Like the very most I would give it is like a 7.5 on that front. But if I'm rating it like as a pure series of enjoyment and entertainment, like 9 easily.
Yeah, I can push 8.5, 9.
To 8.
Oh, I'll tell you a quick funny story. Somebody I knew, I met very briefly, was like I just had a couple minutes to chat with her, and she was like, "Oh, what TV shows do you like?" Oh, I told her like, "Oh, I like Lucifer on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it, but you definitely have to if you have seen it." And she's like, "Oh, I've only seen like one episode. I wasn't sure." I'm like, "Definitely keep watching though. It does get really good." And she's like, okay, like, and she's like asking me like, why am I interested in shows about like arrogant white men? And she's like, oh, do you like House or all these other shows? I'm like, well, I've never seen House, though I do love it. Though I don't like his American accent. I think they should have just kept him British because his American accent kind of sucks, in my opinion. And she brings up this point twice, and she sees me on camera, so she knows I'm not white. So it's like, why do you think I'm gonna suddenly hate someone just because they're arrogant, white, or male? Like, that's just so stupid. Like, I'm sorry, this is not like this is getting into a very anti-PC rant, but like, I don't give a shit about that. Like, first of all, I've done like literally half of things like that, a lot of these people do on shows, like in terms of like attitude. But like, since I'm not white, I get away with it. But it's like, dude, come on, stop being such a bitch about it. Sorry, I just had to get that out there. It's been on my chest for a couple of days now.
Yeah, all good. So from there, Spidey, you gonna watch season 6 or no?
I'll get back to you.
That means
Okay,
no.
yeah, no worries. I know that we might have put you off it a little bit, but I don't think you'll like hate it totally.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't care. I thought season 5 ended perfectly. How as perfect as it could have. Season 6, it was just like, yeah, it's coming. It's cool. I guess it's gonna come.
I'd recommend
never-
watching it, but even if you just have it on in the background while you're doing other shit. At least,
I mean,
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
you could have something else on.
that's also true. So
so yeah, I guess we can move on now
Speaking of
to
something else.
yeah.
all I heard from King's rant was that he hates old white men.
That's literally the opposite of what I said.
It's okay.
That's
It's
quite
okay.
literally not what I said. That's literally what I was being told that I should hate. And I'm like,
King,
I
King,
don't.
it's okay. King, you're in a safe space. It's okay.
Don't fucking pull that safe space bullshit on me.
It's
I'm
just
not
like when
one
you
of
called
that.
your friend a whore. You're in a safe space.
Well, I believe the word was hoe.
No, he said
my
hoe.
bad,
Oh,
My
whore
bad,
is a
hoe.
little. Whoa there, sir. Whore is a little too far. All right.
So it's just like when you called her a hoe. We accepted your opinion of it.
He then goes and scrubs the tape, so it's not. There's no proof. It's okay.
We talked about it the week afterwards anyway.
Yeah, we did. So from hoes and old white men, we go to fairy tale.
It definitely has a lot of
Amazing
hoes. But like,
transition.
yeah.
Dude,
I
that
mean,
cover,
the only hoe in fairy tale is Kana.
Well, I feel like you could make an argument for
Oh, and
Flair.
Gildarts. I mean, Flair's
That's
just
true.
crazy.
Gildarts is a massive hoe.
I want to
We
say.
don't know. We don't know
Flair
about
has
Flair.
tendencies though.
Yeah, but we don't know if she slept with a lot of people. We know
I don't think
Gildarts
Flair is
did,
one.
and we know Kana did.
That is true.
Kana
But like,
has literally admitted it. Go on.
Wait, actually, a question about that. Like, she said, if she's admitted it, like, why wasn't she affected by Larcade's magic that one time?
Because she's already a degenerate.
I mean,
She accepted. This is my head canon. Okay, there's been a debate about Larkay's magic before, right? Okay, it's basically if you've done indecency, if you've had sex or you've done sexual natures, right, you get affected by it. So there was a talk about the whole thing, right? Like, why wasn't?
are you saying like you have to be ashamed of your sexual?
So this is what the
to be
conversation
affected by
was
the
like.
magic?
How does it choose who's affected by it? Because it can't just be you've had sex. Like that's
Why
just
not?
it can be, but people were saying it can't just be that because that would be boring. So people were trying to come up with like prerequisites.
It's the more accurate scenario.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Don't worry. This is just what the conversation was. So they were like, no, there's got to be other kind of like prerequisites. There's got to be, it's got to be more to it. So this dude was like, okay, what if it's how much sex you've had? I'm like, so I came and I was like, no, you know what it is? If you lot want to give it some kind of prerequisite, which I don't think it needs one, but if you want to, you could say it's about it being ashamed of it or not. If they do not like the fact that they have been one.
Here's an argument.
Like you could make too many arguments about like Iska and what's it Alzak, like they had a child, they're married, they shouldn't feel ashamed.
Do we know? But maybe they did stuff before that. We don't know that.
We don't know that they did that. And I kind of doubt that they did because he was very shy about her.
I agree with you. This is just what a lot of people are saying.
I want to meet this moron who came up with this theory.
They are a moron because Gildarts was never ashamed of all the women he banged.
He was quite open about that shit.
Yeah, he literally was. So he was affected by it. So yeah, your argument's flush. Shut the fuck up now.
So
not you, but
yeah, I got you.
So whoever came up with that theory, this is why I hate the fandom. Hashtag
yeah,
love you. Not really.
I hate the fandom. Hashtag I love you.
Love you not.
Love you not. There you go.
Well, we've got a fucking flower picking the petals. Love you not. Love you not. Fuck it now.
Just like the flowers, like the fairy tale fandom's like, I love this person sucks. I love this person sucks, as you're plucking the petals.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah, fairy tale. What the fuck was the chapter number? Dude, I'm so
91.
fucking smashed.
91.
I'm getting a little bit more sober now because of this discussion. It's really
Just go
bringing it
splash
down to
some
me.
water on your
Yeah.
face. Have you
Not
had
water on
bread?
my
Have you had some bread?
Drink some water.
I have water. I have not had bread, but I had a sub last night, so.
Okay. Get some toast in it. I'll soak up.
Is
your
that an
aroma.
innuendo for something else? I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize it. Oh god, fuck me. Whatever.
Okay,
Anyways.
so
Is that what you told the guy last night?
Oh, tee-hee.
that's a tee, bruh. Are you 13, bruv?
No, that was a sarcastic one.
Tee. Nah, bruv. Nah, please.
First of all, I don't say it that way. I say it like an actual man, okay? And then I tell him to go fuck himself. But I did that last time, so he would expect it.
You fucked a dude last time. What?
I'm talking about Spider-Man. I mean, I haven't slept with him, but like he needs to lose a little bit more weight because I don't want anyone.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh Spidey, don't take that, bruv.
He's still here.
Hey Spidey, don't take that.
I came back. I don't know what the fuck happened. If I'm being
Oh
honest.
shit! King just roasted the shit out of you. Oh
What do you say?
He
Not
said-
too
he
late. You
said-
gotta listen. No, don't tell me. You gotta listen to the recording now.
Oh, just tell me what he said. I'll end up.
I called you fat basically and said you need to lose weight before I was willing to sleep with you.
I mean,
That was so out of the left field, bruv.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, let's actually get to the fairy tale chapter now. What the fuck was the number, by the way?
91.
91.
91. Okay. Okay, who wants to go first?
Oh, sure. Alright. The cover, bruh. The cover scared me a little bit when I opened the chapter, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit traumatized. It reminded me of the Ichiya episode where everyone turned into Ichiya, but now this is the other way around where everyone just gets like the muscly body and it's just their normal head.
I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, it was after I'd recovered from the shock. I was like,
Okay,
you know,
fair enough.
that's pretty funny. The chapter, so the last chapter we saw fucking what's his name get one shot, George or whatever his name was. Right, the dude got completely smashed. This chapter was quite interesting to see with Selena. She is actually going to try and use the Dragon Eaters to kill the other dragons. So I'm a bit annoyed that the Selena arc isn't over. But
Well, I think it's gonna be like put on pause.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping. But if it's not, at least it looks like it's going in a direction where, after the long debate we had last
Like,
time,
I'm glad that we're
characters,
out of Ellen tier. I did not enjoy
Yeah.
the Ellen tier environment for the most part.
It wasn't. It was very. I found it very plain and just.
Yeah.
But like we said last time, the side characters look like they might actually get some actual use. We'll have to wait and see. So that's what I'm kind of happy about. That the Selena arc's not over. I don't like that, but it's going in a better direction than it was. So I'm a little bit happy about that. I don't know what you guys think. If you're happy about that.
I actually am. Like, I'm actually really happy with most of this chapter. Like, in my opinion, like, this is exactly what I needed, especially after our Diablos discussion on the previous podcast, where we're talking about how they've been very underutilized, very underwhelming, even though they had, like, in our opinion, a strong start, and they could have had the potential to be more. Now it seems like they will actually get that chance. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. The
Yeah.
chance is there now because before there was no chance. Before it was just
Nah, they're still gonna get one shot. They're useless as fuck.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I think you're wrong in a more ironic way.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. They are still
Or
gonna end
you're
up.
right in a more ironic way. Sorry.
Yeah, they're still gonna end up in a situation where they end up just not doing what they
Losing.
should. But at least there is hope that they won't literally be nothing at all. So we'll have to wait and see.
That's just being
I will also add,
delusional.
like, I am
Yeah, that's
curious about
hopium.
like this whole. Yeah, there's the other aspect, like, about dragon hunting. They said Mercphobia lost his power, but we might save him for later. So, like, are we going to revisit Almira?
I think
What's the point now? If he's got no power, what's the purpose of going after him?
He's
He's
still a
just a human.
dragon.
But
He's
he's a
still a
human
dragon
now.
though.
She
Yeah.
literally
I
said
thi-
he lost his power and became human, so we may save him for later. It seems like just killing him out of spite. Unless she's like
Well,
maybe
yeah.
worried that he would regain his power.
Well, he would know stuff about them, about the other dragon gods that others don't know. So
Like what? He told Fairy Tale he didn't know anything.
yeah,
Like,
but
outside, like he only
she
pointed them in
might
the
not
rough
know that.
direction of Alderaan.
She
True.
might think that he knows more than what others believe. So it's more it's insurance. It's just getting rid of it for the sake of that it never comes back and bites her. Because if she doesn't and it does, she's gonna be like, oh fuck.
Yeah, just
'Cause
cutting a
he's-
loose
True.
end.
Yeah.
she's
Or
also
is it
taking
weird?
out the other guy. What's just starts with an E.
LF Syria.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
Syria,
guy.
yeah. Cool.
I'm intrigued by what's gonna happen with that because
They're both of them are going that direction. Diablos with Celine and Fairy Tale are both going towards.
Like Fairy Tale's doing it of their own volition, just because like they need a little bit more information. So it seems like we will have like another encounter.
How convenient.
sounds like they're playing D&D. You walk into a tavern. Oh no, the enemy's there. Coincidence. The entire chapter though, I actually thoroughly enjoyed. For me, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. Spidey, what's your thoughts on the chapter?
I'm glad that the dumbass is dead. All you idiots who thought he was still alive, you're fucking stupid. Don't
Who was
talk to
alive?
Siri.
Jorg, the master?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
whatever his
people were
name
like,
is.
Oh.
he didn't get
Discount
one
George.
shot. He couldn't have got one shot because he's shut up, bruv. He saw his body. He saw his limbs, bruv. My man's dead.
To be fair, we've seen lots of bodies in Fairy Tale before that ended up being alive.
Yeah, but
Have we
not
ever
like
seen
that.
him dismembered like that?
Not like that, true, but like you
Thank
never
you.
know. Each situation is different. I'm not saying like I want him back or nothing. I just didn't like his whole thing, like where he's literally Gemma. But I get what you're saying.
I can understand that, but this was one of those ones where if you would
It
think he's still
quacks
alive,
like a
that's
duck.
hopium right there.
It
That's you
looks
hopium.
like a duck. It quacks like a duck. It's a goddamn duck. It's not a goddamn.
We've talked about
fucking
that
monkey.
before. That's not how that works. But yes.
It looks like a duck. It acts like a duck. It quacks like a duck. It's not gonna be a fucking dog. I'm telling you that
What if
right
it's a
now.
goose? What if it's a goose?
They do
Goose
sound-
and duck quack different. You fuck.
Goose
It
honks.
depends where you live.
honk.
Anyway,
Not
so
a
yeah,
literal honk, but whatever.
yeah. So I'm kind of glad Celine basically made them her bitches. I like how
Yeah.
she's saying that Ignia and Viernes are gonna be a problem.
Well, I
Or
think
she said-
they're literally only the
said
problem
Viernes.
because they're the
Yeah.
ones who are like they're the ones who are actually still around. Like Alderaan's dead, so he can't be a problem. And Mercphobia lost his power.
Yeah, I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, that's good. Now
Yeah,
we'll probably get one of them. I'm thinking Viernes. I think they're saving Ignia, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, because she does say that Viernes will be the problem. So
Well, no, she says both of them will be the problem.
no, she says the problem is the gold dragon god Viernes, and the
And the fire dragon
Yeah,
god
you're right.
Ignia.
You're right. I'm hoping we see Viernes because he's the only one we haven't seen.
Yeah, literally haven't seen even like a silhouette of him, which is interesting.
I'm intrigued to see what she's gonna do about Ignia.
think
Because
not. I
Ignia,
don't think he will do anything.
because he's like fucking Agnologia, but like the abandoned by your parent version.
Actually, all
Traumatized
of them
version.
are, but yeah.
And then yeah, I'm still curious to see what that old man has because he's hiding something. So
Oh,
I'm
for sure.
curious to see what that is. I like how Gray was more accepting of Juvia's feelings in this. It was like, yeah, we'll bang. Okay, cool. See you later. And yeah, it was a cool chapter overall. I'll give it a 8 or 9 out of 10. We'll flip a coin. Split the difference, 8.5. Marissa?
I'm gonna say 8 personally. It was
Personally,
generally
okay.
quite solid. I just didn't really care for the fairy tale aspect of it for the most part. I just thought it was really generic and stuff we've seen a lot before. Didn't really get anything out of it aside from the very end where they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's go see Eleftheria." But other than that, it was a little bit uninteresting for me. Like, how
Marissa,
many
what
fucking
about you?
times has somebody asked Wendy, "Hey, have you grown a little bit?" And she's like, "No, I'm still the same." I'm like, how many times is this joke gonna be used?
Well, I mean, it happens at every family party. So
It's a pretty normal thing. This is a family.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on, hold
25
on.
and I still go see my other family. They're like, oh, you gotten taught? No, I haven't. I've been
You
the same
literally
height for
can't
like
get
4
tolerate your
years.
age. But, like,
Marissa,
I don't know. It just
Marissa's
happens a lot with Wendy.
Marissa's like, I feel her pain. Marissa felt that when they
Marissa
asked.
is Wendy. She's like, oh, he gets to the family. Have you grown? I saw you last week. No.
bro, my aunt came over like from Bangladesh, right? And she's like, "Oh, you got so tall. Like, I'm not the same height. I haven't grown in like 2 years."
Poor Marissa. She'll always be
Maybe you're
5
just like
foot.
naturally short, so anytime you're wearing like bigger shoes, that's what they think.
Damn.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know how tall she is.
5 foot.
5'5". Shut up.
Minus
That's about
0.5.
average.
That's not too bad for height.
It's average. You're American, I assume, right?
I'm Bengali, so yeah.
Like, where do you live?
She lives
Texas.
in Hawaii.
Where do you
Hawaii.
actually live, Marissa? Don't let this weirdo answer for you.
I live in Texas.
Who's the one asking
Okay,
for
yes,
where
you-
she lives? Who's the creep?
Well, no, because obviously the
I think
average
I
height
was
of women
obviously-
in Bengal in India. Wait, are you Indian?
I'm Bengali.
This man's
Same-
trying to know everything about her. All right, Mess, calm down.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you know, we got messed on here. Jesus
Never mind.
Christ. Next week, Marissa's going to be on there, and then he's going to be like, so Marissa, have you grown?
Oh, well, we're not doing a camp podcast anytime soon. I'll assure you
You
guys.
sound a little taller than last week.
Sound. I mean, you could sound older, but
It's okay, King. It's okay. It's okay.
yeah, I know it's okay.
So anyway, Marissa, what did you think of the chapter?
Pretty solid. I want next chapter.
Oh, it's coming out next
Actually,
week, right?
This week.
yeah, this week. 2 days. Wait, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple more days.
It's just.
All right.
Spider, can you translate it quicker, please?
You know what?
It's not out yet. Can you get it out?
Those people are fucking stupid. I was,
You just summon it.
I think, was it this time? There was a time where I either was in the hospital or I was taking a break from Discord for a few days because I was overwhelmed. And somebody had the audacity to be like, "So you're still gonna have the chapter, all right?" It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, damn, son.
should've
Like,
been
not
like-
even how.
Really though, that's
You should have been like, yeah, I'm going to have the chapter for myself.
Like, I think
you're gonna translate it for yourself, and then you'll give it to all the other bitches whenever you're good and ready.
there's some fucking groups on Patreon, bro. They release chapters a week ahead for the people who are subscribed to them on Patreon, and then a week later for the ones who aren't. I was like, dude, and they have like 1,000 people who are supporting their shit, and their low tier is $5. I was like, my god, bro, that's $5,000 just to get a chapter early. Like, what the fuck? I'm in the wrong business.
Well, no, you're in the right business. You're just doing the business wrong.
I'm in the
Don't need
wrong
to tell him
goddamn-
that.
I'm over here struggling with the fucking website bill, and these motherfuckers getting like $5,000 a pop just because they're releasing some shit ass version of their release, and they don't even clean the pages all the way. You still see the Japanese text on it. Anyway, it's fine. Rant. It's gonna be a giant rant. Forget it. It's fine. So yeah, chapter was good. We liked it. You gave it a what? King, an 8? 6?
Yeah, I gave it an 8.
8. Dab, you gave it a 6 or 8?
8.
8. Marissa?
8.
All right, yeah,
So
8
generally,
across.
it's like a pretty popular chapter. Yeah, it was definitely one of the better chapters we've had in a while, in my opinion.
I actually, yeah. King didn't like the slice of life fairy tale aspect.
Yeah,
But
just a little
I-
bit, but like most of the chapter was actually really good, and I think we're gonna get
cool.
some good shit later.
It
Really,
showed Selena in an actual
excuse me, I
threatening
gotta
manner.
get a call. You guys can move on to Eden Zero, by the way.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, to me,
Don't
it shows
forget the
Selena.
baby wipes.
Yeah, it shows Selena in an actual threatening manner rather than she's been for me the entire time. She's been shown as this. She's obviously been a threat because she's strong, but it's never been like I haven't read the Selena arc once and been like, oh shit, oh crap, they're in danger. Like this chapter made me actually appreciate Selena a bit more, like an actual threat.
You got the Peter tingle. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, that was a chapter. There's nothing really more to add. Shall we move on to Eden Zero? Because there's a fuck ton to talk about in that series.
Yep.
All right, I didn't read any of the chapters. I'm just kidding.
Nothing different.
I'm just kidding. Sort
Um,
of.
okay, we can start with 159, the strings of unbreakable bonds.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that chapter. I remember.
So, just a real quick one to recap because it's been a while. That chapter, Witch has confirmed that she's alive. That's what's good. That's good. We're happy about that. Sure, and Chibi start their fight.
Yee, that's true. Continue.
Rebecca picks up Witch and they run off to find Laguna, who they do find Laguna and what's her fucking name? They're fighting. It looks like she chopped his head off, but obviously man's water out here. He got fooled. And I will say that fight between the two of them, the conclusion, sorry, I really liked it. Because the conversation that they had was actually quite a nice one about how the only reason she feels how she feels is because she's created these strings because she thought she never had them, but she always did. And it wasn't destiny to be with Shura. Reminding her of Oasis and all of that. And then she claps her out by surfing the tears wave and then catches her. I've got to say, I like Laguna quite a lot. I actually really like the character. He's grown on me a lot.
Bro, if a man could pull off stilettos, he a real one. Just saying. Man pulls off those stilettos, he beat the I didn't like that she was basically saved. You know?
I get what you're saying. I don't mind she was saved because it was by Laguna and they've got a history. And the explanation of the strings being tied and all of that. I'm fine with it being that way. I wouldn't have been fine if it was like Shiki's gang who did it. That to me would have been, I wouldn't have liked that.
It was a cool double spread though.
It really was.
Sexy double spread. Yeah. Marissa, what did you think of the chapter? What do you think of Laguna?
Like sped read all three, so like they're all merged in my head.
This is a secret. You gotta read it as you talk about it.
Oh, that's smart.
Because you've already read it once, so you know what happens. You just don't remember when it happened. So when we're talking about it, you just have the chapter there and you just keep tapping. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Shout out Danke, by the way, my boy, coming up clutch all the week.
I have. Never mind.
Yeah, I liked it. And then while she catches up, what did you think of that ending where Omura is talking to the guy Seiji Hojo?
Creed.
Yeah, Creed.
Yeah, no, I'm calling him Seiji. I'm gonna give the man some respect because he's dead.
For this chapter, nothing. I was just kind of like, maybe something will eventually happen.
I will say this. Wait, before I do Marissa, so what did you think of Laguna and that whole little in the exchange with his old boo?
He's definitely like gone up in my favorite characters list. Also, do you guys think like the water he uses tastes like salty because they're tears? Like I just thought about that.
It would make sense. It wouldn't make sense if they didn't, because it shouldn't taste just of water. Because he turns their tears against them.
Hmm.
Because I don't think you can use just normal water.
I would hope he couldn't, because
That's
it'd be
cute.
kind of weird. Not gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. Yeah, that's a good. I mean, I hope they kind of answer that someday, but I don't think they'd be salty because, well, I don't even know. We can't really tell because when he turns the people into water. Never mind. I don't know.
Don't ask this
That's a
question
good.
again. That's a weird question.
I'll ask Mashima next week. I'll ask him next week.
Great.
I'll be like, yo, homie, you gotta answer this question for me because it's on my mind.
I think that might actually be a question. When next time the Q&A comes around, I'm going to try and see if I can submit that question just to see what he says, because I feel like he would say something that no one would expect. Yeah.
Yep.
He'll probably be like, "Oh, I didn't think about it."
He was gonna be like, shut the fuck up, bro. It's just water. Stop over analyzing this shit. That'd be
Then
the
you'd give an
Mashima.
actual answer, be like, no, basically, or he'll pull a Toriyama and be like, basically, if you go back into the history of their type,
He
they've
would
got
never.
these souls.
He would never pull a Horiyama. You know this.
That's true. That is true. Wait, did he say Horiyama or Toriyama? It sounded like he said
Sorry.
Horiyama.
My bad. My bad. I was reading. Somebody changed the name to Natsu Cockneel.
That's
So I was like, what a fucking whore. And then I said Horiyama. So my bad. My bad.
oh, bro.
Yeah. Also, for me, when this chapter ended, I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch! This is gonna be Omura's love interest. This guy's from her same village, the same town, same every bullshit. Creed's gonna be the lover, and yeah,
Surprise!
surprise, motherfucker! No, I'm just kidding. So then, chapter 160, gathering in the starry Aoi, Aoi.
AOEC.
Cover's pretty.
Yo, I'm going to
Look at
color
her.
that at some point.
She's so pretty.
I'm going to color that at some point.
Homura, yeah, she nice. I like how she and him kind of relived their past, sort of. A little backstory to them and their village, so we get a little more of how Amara grew up, which is nice. And then we got bitch ass Jesse, who
Yeah, what's up with this guy? Like,
I don't know. He annoys me. He's appeared everywhere and he's always trying to kill someone. It's like
maybe his hair is blinding him, so like, he's just being dumb.
maybe.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I respect it.
I'm happy that we got a little bit of backstory to Creed, because a lot of people have been giving him a lot of rightfully so, yeah, but been giving him a lot of shit, rightfully so, ever since he appeared. Now we've got a bit more of a backstory to him, and I think people understand him a bit more. Still don't like him. It's a bit weird, but it is what it is. It's nice to know that we have a bit more info of where Homura is from. I'm hoping that we actually have a situation where we get to explore Oedo.
Well, yeah. Well, isn't that where her and Valkyrie were living?
Yeah, but we never actually got to.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? There wasn't really much about it. They never actually got to explore or anything.
I got you. I
I'll
got what you're
probably
saying.
see it.
So I do hope we do get to see that at some point.
I kind of like that they made him like justify his not attraction, but his. Well, it was attraction because he was attracted to her, but like his fixation is a bad word, but it is what it is. His fixation with Hamura, because it seems like they're the only two that have actually left that planet, whereas everybody else either stays or dies there. So basically, it explains why he's a simp. That's a better way to put it. What did you think of the little exchange there, Marissa, between them?
The one before Jesse came, or
Yeah. Before Jesse came, their little exchange with doing Homura and Creed.
pretty nice. Like you can see how loyal Homura is, and she actually like still has a place for her homeland in her heart. And respects it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, she bowed and everything.
Ooh.
Ooh. Then we transition onto the space fight. We got a sea serpent. We got just a giant space fight between everybody.
Bruv, the sea serpent's fucking Thanos. Motherfucker's got people disintegrating and shit.
Destruction.
Motherfucker, Dylan, I'm sorry. Fucking disintegrates, bruv.
I like
Literally.
I like the different character designs we have.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that we got to see everyone's reaction and the way everyone communicated just before shit hit the fan.
Like like the Oasis ship, we got that little exchange between the 5 group of characters.
I believe so. Yeah.
Page 10. We got one that looks like Lucy. We got a fucking bunny. We got. I want to say. This fucker looks like young Yuri from Fairy Tail. And then we got fucking Metal Cooler over here on the fucking bottom right. Not Metal Cooler. What's his name? From Dragon Ball. The metal guy.
Yeah, Cooler.
Cooler. Okay, yeah, we good. Yeah. So there's a nice little exchange. Wait, did they die? Yeah, they died.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got disintegrated, bro. The motherfucker literally gone.
Introduce them for the sole purpose to kill them.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's Mashima.
Creed's ether. Have we seen him actually use it properly before?
We didn't even see him use it properly now. So
That's why I'm asking if we got to see him use it before, because I don't remember it.
Well, actually, he used his ether on Homura where he locked her in a cage.
Okay, so there's that. So ether lock, and then man got fucking shot, bro. Holy shit.
Bro.
Straight through the heart and all, bro.
That was so dumb.
Fucking dumbass.
Here's my thing, though. He's in the Oración 6. What is it? Interstellar, correct? In Oración 6 Interstellar. Oración 6 Galactica.
Yeah.
You would think they have a chest plate.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I mean, you'd also think that the person wouldn't shoot for no reason.
Well, yeah, but you'd also think his ether would like activate faster.
To be fair, a bullet is fucking fast. The moment she heard ether lock, she was like, "Oh shit!"
Pew.
Because you can see that ether is turning on.
Yeah. So like 5 people got one-shotted.
Here's the thing that annoyed me was that, okay, I'm gonna sound like an asshole. I'm not an asshole. Okay, maybe I am an asshole. But I didn't care that he died. Like, his death meant nothing. Like, realistically, this death should mean nothing to Homura. Besides the fact that, oh my god, somebody from my homeland died. See, like me, oh my god, somebody from Mexico died. Oh, woohoo, holy shit, oh well. Like, didn't mean shit.
Well, when you think about it, like there's not a lot of people from her homeland that actually explore. So like she probably hasn't seen a lot of them in like a while.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if she had never met him, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Like
He's the Hoganet family.
His death and his significance was like irrelevant. And then I hated this. And again, I'm gonna sound like an asshole. The moment he said, "The moment I first saw you, you were so beautiful, and you reminded me of a home, of home. You stole my heart." No, this motherfucker who shot you stole your heart. But anyway, I wish I could have walked the streets of Ode with, and then he's dead. But here's the thing, like I thought Mashima was gonna be like, "Oh no, he's gonna end up coming back next chapter. He's gonna live, and she's gonna fall for him." But what I expect now to happen is fucking Rebecca's leaper to somehow activate, and this stupid cunt to still be alive. So you should just.
I don't think he'll come back alive. I don't think so. I don't think her leaper is going to activate yet. Because if her leaper activates, it's going to rewind everyone else as well. And I feel like it might disorientate those in a fight, for example, Shiki.
Well, I thought that only she knows what's happening, so for them it's nothing happened, right?
Yeah. Only she'll know that. I'm saying she's gonna activate Leaper because Witch is gonna be like in super critical condition, and she's gonna accidentally activate it because she's like stressing and shit. Because the other characters won't know what happened. They'll just be like, "Let's fight." They'll just go back to that stance.
I don't
So, yeah.
think there's any way for her to communicate to everybody to stop it anyways.
But yeah, his death meant nothing. I felt less for his death than I did Igneal's, and with Igneal's death in Fairy Tail, I felt nothing. So
The most I felt with this, I didn't feel bad for the death, but I felt bad for Homura in
Yeah,
the
same.
situation. That's where my emotion laid in his death. But for Creed, I feel bad
But
for
why
the
did
dude,
you-
but
But why Homura? That's what I don't get.
because she kind of just found someone from her planet, and she kind of accepted who he was and was willing to become friends. You know, the whole friendship thing. And then
Well, he wanted to be more than friends.
he did, yeah, but still a case of she was willing to, not be rude to him and actually give him a chance to talk him out with him and so on. And my man just gets shot there and then in front of her. But you can see she's pretty fucking distressed about it. It's pretty fucking sad, bro. It might be because I care about Homer more than I care about most other characters, but still.
I mean, she doesn't look really sad at the end when Jesse says he's dead. Well, I
She
need
got
to figure out-
tears!
Yeah, she's
Oh,
What the fuck you
crying.
mean? She got tears,
Oh,
bruv.
Oh, my bad. It looked like sweat. My bad. I don't know what the fuck's up with Jesse too. This motherfucker's annoying me.
Jesse's a dumbass.
Yeah, where's he? I hate those kind of characters. What are you doing?
Fucking shit character. Hopefully he gets shot next.
Nah, let's go with decapitation. We haven't seen one.
We almost did.
True. And then
Yes,
at the
I
end, what happened?
no, you go.
Well, no, I was just gonna say the chapter ends with Shiki and Shura fight going.
Yes.
Shiki looks menacing as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, Shiki's ready to fuck shit up. Shiki's fucking pissed.
As he
Shiki's
should
like,
be.
"You're gonna die, motherfucker. You're gonna die."
He's fucking ready, bro.
He really is.
And I've got a feeling that he's straight up gonna fucking. I don't know if he's gonna win the fight, but I feel like that fight's gonna be brutal, bro.
Oh, which one? The Shiki. Oh, yeah. I don't like what Mashima does though, where he's like, he starts a fight, and then he's like, "Oh, hey, sorry, yes, we're gonna move to something else."
Yeah, that annoys me a lot.
Jumps
But-
around.
Yeah.
Because in Tartaros, Igneo got introduced in chapter 400, and then by chapter 414 he was dead. But throughout those 14 chapters, like less than 20 full pages of worth of content was an Igneo fight. I was like, my guy, just give us a fucking fight. Don't jump around so much. He's gotten better at it in Eden Zero, but he still does it from time to time, and it just annoys me.
Well, this one I think was justified because there is a lot of things going on at once.
Fair. Yeah, you're right. I like. So what? Okay, we didn't talk about this. What would you guys rate this chapter?
I'd say 8 or 9.
Dev?
Yeah, 7, 8.
I'll go 8 as well. In the previous chapter, did we give our score?
Yeah, we
I
did.
think so.
Laguna's fight with
Yeah,
his
we
old-
did.
Oh, we did. Okay. I don't remember what we gave it, but okay. Chapter 161, Life Continues to Fade. I like how we could actually make this cover without Creed in the middle. We could just crop him out. I should
Dude,
do
Creed
that.
looks like a little kid compared to the other two.
Because I mean,
They
just
look like his bodyguards.
Creed
They
is
look like-
it's like if you're going to town, take your little brother with you. That's what it is. Like those two are going to the shop, so they're gonna go deal with a drug raid, and then their mom was like, "Can you take Creed with you?" And,
like I don't want to deal with Creed at home. Just take him with you.
Mom, we're gonna go murder. It's fine. Just
I
keep
don't
him
care.
safe. Just
take
keep him safe. That's what that matters. Take him with you. Because the other two don't look happy at all, but he's fucking smiley. He's like, hey, I'm on an adventure, boys. Hey, my
Make sure he
brother's
doesn't
got
get
me.
lost.
And guess what? That was his last adventure.
Fucking hell, man.
It's okay. It's okay. He's just dead.
He's just
It's okay. He's just dead.
Can we take a second just to laugh at the panel where Weiss comes in with a gun and how dumb he looks? He looks like the kind of person who's never operated a gun in his entire life.
I like how he didn't shoot the guy. Weiss would be
not gonna lie.
No. Weiss would be a horrible cop because they always shoot when you're running away. Horrible cop.
I kind of wish he did because then we don't have to deal with Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely horrible cop. I'm so disgusted.
But the way the motherfucker runs away as well. Like, bruh, what is this? What is this, bro? Man said.
Why is he so surprised too? Just like,
Yo, who's that guy running away?
oh,
like
he's
old bitch?
dead.
Some fucking useless fuck who shot someone.
He shot someone and ran away. What a pussy.
Well, he killed him. He killed
Yeah.
him. And somebody came in with a bigger gun, and he was like, "Nope, gotta go."
He had a little handgun. The other guy had a big gun. So he's like, "Oh shit!" Just to put it, he killed someone he knows. It's his friend he killed. Fucking dumbass. The rest of the chapter now. The talk from Shura about the Nero and Ziggy fighting. It was quite. So we've all known. When we met Shura, we're like, this guy's a dickhead, and we slowly met him a bit more, and we're like, hey, yeah, he's definitely a dickhead. Then he shoved a bomb in an arse, and now we're like, this guy's a cunt. And then we saw what he did to Witch, and we're like, yeah, he's definitely a cunt and needs to die. And now this chapter, the way he's talking, he's like, look, I don't care who wins, Nero or Ziggy. I'm hoping that Ziggy, because then I get the Cosmos. It kind of, every single time we actually have enough content from him or screen time from him, it just reaffirms and adds more layers to his absolute cuntness. That's the word I'm going to make up.
He
becomes more and more one.
He's literally His Majesty's son was not loved. He's the guy. August was at least loved a little bit. This guy was never loved. Why was His Majesty's son never loved? That's this guy. Mashima's continuing the meme. I do want to go back a little bit though. Hamura does mention, and you see her say, "Everyone who gets close to me, every one of them, they all go away," which means it's slowly affecting her psyche because she obviously with Valkyrie. Oh, I guess it's Valkyrie. Well, her mom originally, her biological mom, Valkyrie, and then oh boy right here. So I want to see how Whis will step up, if at all. So let's hope. Um, Dev, what did you think of the fight? The fight, basically the last half of the chapter.
Now, okay, so we met Jaguar and we've seen him fight, so we know this man's a bit of a threat. Now, Ziggy comes in, he's trying to chat shit, call him a small fry, and he brings in his Dark Stars. The fact that Jaguar could just one shot both of them, no questions asked, this man just one shot both without breaking a sweat. That, bro, I was like, yo, this man is a fucking menace, fam.
Was
And
a
then,
menace.
yeah, then he gets stopped by gravity, and then he gets shot. And that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty upset that he's dead. Because
Same.
I actually quite liked it, because this man was fucking going ham. I have a feeling if the fight, I feel like they would have won. I feel like he would have won.
Yeah, I don't think he would have won, but I wanted to see all three of them fight at the same time.
Yes, all three of them fighting at the same time. Well, I think this confirms that Ziggy is the strongest with his fucking gravity magic. Stop the man in his place. You know?
Yeah,
So,
I don't know if it confirms he's the strongest. It's just
well,
that's
out of
what
the three of them, that's what I meant.
I don't know, because we haven't seen him versus Nero. I wouldn't say it makes him
Okay.
the strongest, because
I mean,
just being able to his ether gate is gravity. That's what it is. So him being able to use it and stop Jaguar, it makes sense to be able to do that. Jaguar then didn't have any time to break out of it. For all we know, he could have broke out of it. I don't think it makes him the strongest, because I feel like Shiki or Shura could have also stopped Jaguar, not for as ease, but they could have with the gravity. Because that's what gravity's job is. Because all he does is stop the gravity around him.
mm, maybe. I don't know. He stopped him very easily with the gravity. And he wasn't even trying, he wasn't even breaking a sweat. So I feel like he's holding back from holding back. He's holding back his holding back, if that makes sense. That confused me a little bit. He's going like 10% of his full power because he doesn't want to give Nero a slight advantage if they do end up fighting, which by the looks of the last panel, glorious panel, they are going to fight.
There will be a fight. I'm excited for it.
Hmm.
Let's just hope it's not one of those starts the fight and then skips to someone else, and then skips somewhere else, and then comes back and then skips away. I want what we had with the Lucy fight and Grey fight and 100 Degrees. I want to focus on the fight. Because there's a big boy fight.
What even is Nero's power? Does he just throw the dice?
We don't fully know what it is.
Okay.
But from the way I'm understanding it as of right now, before we learn more about it, is that he's basically the D&D dungeon master from Dungeons and Dragons, where he rolls a dice and can be like, that means this, so I win. Like, I have a feeling he can manipulate outcomes somehow, depending on how his dice are rolled. I don't think the dice decide the outcome. I think the dice is like a...
No, they do because what was it in the beginning of the arc? He was like, "The dice said not to do anything. So I'm gonna leave."
Yeah, but I don't think the dice do. I think he can. I think if the dice deploy, I think he can manipulate outcomes. Oh, he's got some kind of clairvoyance, maybe. I don't know, but we
Maybe
have
it's
to wait
like
and see, because I
the
feel like it
card
was
girl.
dice related. Sorry, what?
Maybe it's like the card girl.
Yeah,
With
maybe.
the bomb, yeah.
But I feel like it was just dice related, and that comes down to luck, and that to me is a power of shit.
Yeah, That was a little underwhelming. Not gonna lie to you. That fight with the card girl. Yeah. Well, that's the chapter. There's really not much we could add, or is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Not really.
Dav, is the rice trying to kill you again?
No, someone scam Lincoln server to fucking ban it. There's nothing else really to add. There's not too much more. I feel like it's this arc overall is coming to a close very soon. I feel like this fight, Shura's fight was with Shiki, and then these two are going to be like the big main fights. And then after that, depending on who the winner is, I feel like it's going to be Ziggy, just plot wise.
Yeah.
I don't see Ziggy losing because then I feel like the whole arc and plot falls apart, if you know what I mean. It kind of just ends there. So I think we'll end up going back to a Goose Chase. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, let's just hope it's good. That's all I gotta say. All right. Should we get King back here?
Yeah, we can do. Just skipping to the chapter one more time. Yeah, there's nothing else to cover. We covered everything that matters. I still love how Laguna can put people into a fucking bottle. Turns them into water and just puts them in a bottle.
He's like, no, bitch, you my juice now.
I wonder how it feels to be in that state. I wonder if they're unconscious.
Bro, he could just like carry onions and a cutting board and like he's set.
Yo, this man, Marissa just cracked it, bro.
You trying to make a master chef or what the fuck?
Nah, because think about it. You run into someone, all right? You just start cutting onions and then they start crying. Boom.
Exactly. So smart, guys.
Marissa just cracked it. Marissa's
Marissa cracked the fucking code, bro. Holy shit.
Mashma's listening to this podcast. He's like, yo, I'm going to use that.
He's like, how did she know? How did she know? Well, like, this is a random question. Which chapters did you enjoy more, the fairy tale one or the Eden Zero one? Well, there's 3 Eden Zero ones. But which one did you enjoy more?
Yeah, Eden Zero.
I like the fairy tale one more. I just like the whole slice of life aspect of it.
I read enough slice of life.
Action.
How do I?
What are we talking about?
The end of this podcast.
Oh.
Oh wait, Dev, do you want to talk about the Eminem song?
Yo, we can. Fuck it. Did they use it in a movie?
They use it the same way they used the Venom. Oh wait, I don't want to get a copyright strike. They use it the same way they use the.
I don't think you get a strike just for mentioning it.
No, I was trying to sing it. They use it the same way they use the last one.
Okay, that's all right then. The song. So for those of you who don't know, Venom 2 is out, and Eminem did the song again for it, like he did last time. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. The song is called Last One Standing. It's Skylar Grey, Polo G, Mozzie, and Eminem. Overall, Polo G and Mozzie's parts weren't bad. They were alright. They're like I don't know if anyone listens to them, but they're considered like the new gen for rap who's like up and coming a lot, as far as I'm aware.
They're mediocre. I said it.
I'm not a fan of them. I don't think they're bad, but I don't really listen to them enough either to make a proper judgment on it. The song itself is pretty good. I've added it to my playlist. Eminem's part went fucking hard, bruv. Holy shit.
Yeah, I like this part a lot. I like Skylar Grey's little chorus in the beginning, the middle,
Skylar Grey's voice is so fucking good.
She's a little underrated, and I feel like people just hate on her because she's always working with Eminem. But it's like, why the fuck wouldn't you work with Eminem if you're gonna be making bank off of that shit?
Exactly, and it's like that's how you get your name out there as well.
Good learning opportunity too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because you're writing a song with the man. But
So,
dude, the lyrics, my favorite lyrics one was
oh,
just
yo, wait
follow me
there.
and I'll light the way. Look to the hook if your sky look grey. Skylar
That
Grey.
because yeah,
Holy shit, bro.
and she's the hook technically. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly. She's the hook of the song, and then I was like, yo.
yeah, I sent it to Dav like at 2 in the morning my time, and he was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I was kind of expecting an album to drop, but it's okay.
I think we will get one. I think we'll get one. You know
I
what? I
think
think it'll be a January 1st thing like it was last time.
I hope.
I think it will be. I think it will be.
I'm thinking it was gonna be one, but they're like, oh, they're expecting it with Venom. Let's just drop it a little later.
I think one will drop and Last One Standing will be the feature track, the main track. I can see it dropping. I can see, bruv. I can see the album being called something like Carnage.
Nice.
Because Kamikaze was the one where with Venom.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm hoping we get an album soon.
I mean, everyone in fucking music industry uses auto-tune.
Yeah, auto-tune is just like the thing everyone does.
Yeah, but her voice sounds perfect. Skylar Grey is massively underrated, man.
She's massively hated on because of her connection to Eminem.
But she bangs out songs, and the songs are good.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
She also got a voice that's good enough to take a mediocre song and improve it purely because of how good her voice is.
Her voice reminds me of the girls from Paramore. Hayley Williams. I think.
I can see that. Because she also has a really fucking good voice.
Yes, sir. That's it for this podcast, unless we want to talk about anything briefly.
I'm good.
Yeah. I saw Venom. For those who want to know, watch it when like on a Tuesday or a Thursday when there's a sale on ticket prices. It's not worth full price. The only thing worth of them is the post credit scene, the last 30 minutes, and the post credit scene. That's all that's worth it. It's only an hour and a half. You could literally split the movie into 3 different sections. One is the beginning with working together, and then the breakup, and then the fight. So it's like, So there's that. That's about it. King? Wait, Merce, you have anything to add, Dev?
Outro time? Oh yeah, let's.
No.
I've got nothing to add. I'm good.
No anime recommendations from you guys, since I know you guys watch anime
Actually,
more?
Not
the new
yet.
season
I have
starting
been watching.
for... Yeah, go on.
Go for it. Yeah. You were
No,
gonna
no,
say
go for
it.
I was just gonna
King,
say
go.
I've been watching Invincible on Amazon Prime. It's not an anime, but it's good for anyone who might be interested in that.
Invincible, yes sir. It's with J.K. Simmons as
Yeah, fucking love J.K. Simmons.
the father.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dev?
Dad, were you gonna say the second season of the Inuyasha sequel is out?
No one cares about Inuyasha. This isn't
No, I think
2008.
Dude, well, actually, the sequel came out last year, but like the second season's out for anyone who's interested. There were some good elements to it, and I think the second season hopefully will be a lot better.
Now, what I was gonna say, the new season of anime is starting this week. Actually, some episodes have already started, but this season there's a few. For me, it's quite a weak season, but I know there's a lot that people are excited for. There's Tactopia Destiny. That's by Madhouse and Mappa, two of the big names in the industries for the amount of quality they can do. Madhouse did One Punch Man season 1, and Mappa did JJK AOT season 4. So they've got a lot of track record. So the quality of Tactopia should be very, very good. We just have to obviously hope it is. The other thing that's come out, there's Blue Period. It's a very, very popular manga right now. It's actually, its popularity is skyrocketing near enough to the top 20 charts the last couple of weeks. So those are two that you might want to check out. Then there's Komi-san as well. That is one of the most popular manga out right now, despite it apparently being like 150 chapters of filler after a good 150 chapters. So there is some good stuff to watch. Those are 3 I recommend that you check out, and also watch Aquatope. It's 13 episodes so far. Some good shit.
Second season of 80, second core of 86, right?
Yeah,
That
there's
was
86 second core as well. First core didn't do too well, but the reasoning behind that apparently is because it's one season, so it's 24 episodes, but it's been split into 2 cores, and there was a break between, so people weren't buying the Blu-ray for season 1 because there is going to be a combined Blu-ray that comes out after. Even though that kind of hurt its sales a lot, but yeah. So we're hoping that part 2 will be really good. And it
all right.
will.
Cool.
But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's too much really coming out this season. There is some nice picks out there. There's Demon Slayer season 2 for those of you who care. Mugen Train the movie is being adapted into 7 episodes, if I recall, as like a recap. Think what Dragon Ball Super did, but hopefully not as bad. So that's for those of you who are excited about that. I don't think there's really anything else.
The last James Bond with Daniel Craig comes out next week. I'm pretty sure Dav is mourning the end because he's British.
No, because we'll get the next James Bond. Just wait and see who it is.
This will be a
Yo,
woman.
did you guys read about that thing about like someone saying the next James Bond should be a woman? I know the discussion comes up every once in a while, but like it's been making the rounds lately again.
I will agree with what Daniel Craig said.
What was his?
Oh,
what
my
he said
bad.
initially?
What he said is that why he doesn't have a problem with being a woman, but what it should be, instead of putting a woman into 007's place, why not create a character that's just as good as 007 and make it their
Yeah.
own thing?
Or a partner.
Not
Yeah.
even a partner, just make it their own thing. Make it its own.
Okay, yeah, that's fine too.
I would like basically make a new character, a
Mm.
new story with a female
006
driven
fam.
lead. Yeah.
And I agree.
I mean-
I think that would be a lot better for James Bond as a franchise, but also if it is representation that we are looking for, don't put because if you put a woman into the place, you're going to be giving people who are against it ammo to say it's not as good, it's in the shadow of this, da 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 da.
Yeah.
When if you make it a completely new character and make it really good, they don't have the ammo to turn around and say,
Yeah.
And they don't have they won't have that history that James Bond has.
yeah.
Or
They'll
the
be able to
incredible
make their
fan
own
base.
Yeah, they'll be able to make their own history, make their own path, which is why some characters in comics, this is kind of a tangent, but some characters in comics work better than others. Female Thor, at least when it started, I don't know now because I don't follow it. It was shit on completely because
I heard
there's
about
like,
that,
yeah, we're just making it Thor but a woman. Whereas like someone like Miles Morales, he was introduced, and yeah, his beginnings were a little rocky, but they made him his own character as opposed to no, this is Thor just as a woman. You want to give them their own identity, their own thing, without making it seem like you as an audience have to like this because if you don't, you're sexist, racist, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with what Daniel Craig said. I hope there's movie. It'd be cool to see like a Jason Bourne, James Bond, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible guy, a female-led action star, but not replacing those characters because those characters already have history. It'd be weird to replace them.
And they've done this before with other characters, like a Lara Croft type of character.
Mhm.
People like. So why don't you do it again?
Yeah, like the Lara Croft movie. I had my issues with it, but I thought it was good overall. I was
I just
expecting a
meant like the character
sequel.
in particular, but I agree with you as well.
Yeah. I was expecting a sequel and never got one, so I'm kind of disappointed. But it is what it is. But yeah. King, now it is time for your famous outro.
Okay, I think that's everything unless anyone else has more to add. Now it's time for my intro, or rather outro. Fuck, I'm sorry, I'm still a little hungover. Thank you everybody for joining us this week. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen. We will have this podcast up, and then we'll eventually be recording again for the next one. Hopefully, I'm not too drunk for that one, but well, I make no promises, at least before the end of the month. Thank you, Marissa, for joining us once again. Have Spider-Man for the continued commitment, and we will see you guys again. But until that time, we hope you all have a great day.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.